Hi, it's Maren Aldridge, Strive Stronger physiotherapist. Today I'm going to show you about setting up your home office. I've actually never worked from home. My situation has always been treating in a physiotherapy clinic. I have been teaching other people about the best way to set up offices, office spaces, home offices, how to reduce injury in the workplace. So today I'm going to flip it around, and everything I have taught patients, I'm about to show you how I can put into practice for myself. Ergonomics is the key to injury prevention. So for me, this is really, really important. I'm going to take you through my setup, and along the way, I'm going to give you the best ergonomical tips for you to use to avoid putting yourself at risk of overuse injuries. Overuse injuries is the most common workplace injury, and it's often because people are sitting in the wrong positions or have the wrong equipment. During the period of us working from home, this is going to be very, very important. I'm going to see more of you in my clinic if we don't get this right. When I moved in here, I didn't have a specific room for an office. I chose this area because it had some partitions and it would nicely fit a desk, and I could keep the kids' clutter away from it. With this room also being the main living room, it has natural light and lots of windows, so it was an ideal place for me to work. It also has a space for me to set up my physio table in case I need to work from home seeing patients. Now let's move to the desk and the chair setup. Okay, so my neck is a real problem for me, so the proper chair is really, really important. Ironically, I actually just gave away my ergonomic chair as I was not very often working from home. So finding a new chair in my home to suit the desk was a little tricky. The key things with a chair is, yes, if possible, make the height adjustable. So you really need a height adjustable chair, especially if you're really short or tall. I would make this actually a huge priority. I chose this particular chair because it was the best height for me, and I'm going to show you some detail around how you choose the most appropriate chair height. Find a chair that when you sit in it, your hips are at 90 degrees and your feet are flat on the ground. However, the other consideration is that your elbows need to be at 90 degrees resting on the desk. So adjust the chair height first so the elbows are at 90 degrees. And then if you're too short, find something to put under your feet, like a footstool. If you're too tall, you may need to adjust the height of the desk if you don't have a height adjustable chair. So if you look at me sitting in the chair, you'll see that this is an appropriate height for me as my hips are at 90 degrees. My feet are flat on the ground and my elbows are at 90 degrees. So it naturally just fit my body. But I did try a few other chairs in the house that were not appropriate. Have a look around your house, see which chair is the most appropriate to your body, and then use books for a footstool if you need. You can also use cushions or wedges underneath your hips if you need as well. So you can see my chair wedge allows me to lift the height of my hips. Next thing is your monitor. Have the screen at arm's length and then raise the monitor up so the top of the screen is at the eye level. If you have two monitors, make sure that you're in the center of both of them. If you want to invest in a kickstand for a laptop to adjust the height, or just use books like I am today, then that is up to you. I have a wireless mouse and I really need to invest in a portable keyboard to allow my laptop to lift up to a better height. Ideally, I'd be working from a PC as this is the best option, but for me, not an option right now. For the keyboard, this should be where your hands end up, and for your mouse, this should be placed directly next to your hand. Don't reach for your tools. That's the number one thing. Another option you need is your standing option. I'm going to use my kitchen bench. but I'll need plenty of books. Don't stand unless you have the screen at the appropriate height. This can really hurt your neck. Please don't practice standing unless you have the right setup. Now look for your postural comfort options. I need my wedge to lift my hips a little bit, which will support my pelvis. I need sometimes a lumbar roll. So I've made one out of a towel, and you can see I placed it behind my lower back. It allows the muscles to rest. So if you feel tension in the lower back, or if you feel tension in the upper back, place the rolled up towel behind your back and feel that it allows you to take some rest, and your muscles will actually switch off for a while. You won't be able to sit like this all day, but intermittent periods, use the towel as it'll just take the load off the spine. Sit with the correct posture in the chair. Now, easier said than done. You may need to use props, as I've shown you here, as this will make it easier and more supportive if you don't have an ergonomic chair. The other thing is move in your chair sometimes. I'm going to show you a little routine in the chair that will go through just so you can practice some kind of neck movement and shoulder movement while you're actually sitting. The movements are chin tucks, a neck stretch, a scapular retraction, and shoulder shrugs. So if you just follow me here now, I'm going to show you that little routine. The last thing I have set up in my workspace is my energy break station. So what you're going to see here is my yoga mat is set up in a space next to my desk. I do this instead of roaming around to the corner in the kitchen. I sit down on my yoga mat, I've got my stretching routine, I've got a few props, and I do a 5-minute routine. The great news is today, I'm going to film the routine so you can follow along. You'll also find in the video content, there's a few other 5-minute video routines that you can use as energy break videos as well. Now you've seen my setup, think about you and what is going to optimize your day and life with working from home. I know it may seem temporary at the moment, as it's very up in the air how long we're going to be here. However, I just want to remind you that 1 week of suboptimal workspace sitting can be sending you to me. So I really want to help you prevent this situation and help you guys look after yourselves. Thank you.